minutes in. It's time for our main event of the evening, and that's a tell the tape for the title challenger this Saturday night from the Hulu Theater in Madison Square Garden. That's Teofimo Lopez. Guys, Teofimo Andres Lopez, the takeover, is going to come into the ring at age 25. He fights out of the orthodox stance. He stands 5'8" tall in the center of the ring. Fights behind a 68.5-inch reach. Originally from Brooklyn, New York. He comes into the ring with a fine record of 18 wins, 1 loss, 13 big wins coming by way of knockout. Coach Gogue, what are the pros and cons of Teofimo Lopez?
The pros is he's a very talented fighter. He's athletic, he's explosive, quick hands, good instincts, good reflexes, skilled, good counter puncher. You know what I mean, Joe? And he's not robotic, Joe. He lets everything flow where, he'll hit you with shots you never expect and everything. Okay.
He's fluid,
real instinctive. Yes. He's real instinctive. Okay. He's a former undisputed champion of the world, but his last fight, he didn't look good. Well, guess what, though, Joe? When you fight a guy like that, Sander Martin, a guy that moves and a southpaw that moves around the ring, makes it a very, very difficult for you to hit him with a clean shot. Man, that's the worst style matchup, man. Me and Don Chargan used to talk about that all the time. I said, Don, the worst style matchup is the southpaw that moves. And Don said, yep. He goes, he always stayed away from guys like that. Okay. Southpaws that are movers. Okay. That are that are what do you call it? That don't want to pull the trigger, that are hesitant. You know what I mean? That hide behind their footwork or their jab. And that's the type of fighters that make you look like shit. And boy, Teofimo is, you know what I mean? That made Teofimo look real bad. He can get a clean shot off on him. And once, if you can't get a clean shot off on your opponent on a consistent basis, it gets you out of rhythm. It gets you feeling, uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because you can't get in the rhythm. He was just uncomfortable all night because of that guy's difficult style. So this fight, Taylor is not going to fight like this guy. Run around the ring and counter punch you, smother you, tie you up, make you lunge and all that shit. You know what I mean? Taylor, he'll be an easier target to hit and everything. But Teofimo, yeah, like I said, he's quick, sharp hands, explosive lead left hook, explosive uppercuts, body shots, everything. The kid's an all around talented fighter and everything. It's just he has mental breakdowns in his confidence at times, insecurities and everything. But this fight here, I feel if he's focused, 110% focused, he's going to be a hard guy to beat, man, when he's on.
Trampler, are you kidding me? Yeah, and there it is. G Funky also says Teofimo is so much faster than Taylor. It's going to be a problem, in my opinion. What say you, Coach?
I see the same thing. The speed. Yeah, I said that. He's athletic. He's got quick hands. He's got some pop in them punches. Joe, like I said, you can't. He's not robotic. He does different. He gives you different looks. He mixes up his attack, offensively or defensively. Okay. Yeah. And Taylor's going to be an easier target to hit. I said that I was saying he has superior athleticism, the speed, the reflexes. Okay?
Yep, and Josh Taylor, for some reason, he likes to make, and once again, he's a dog. He's a warrior at heart. And he likes to make, matchups, a little bit more difficult than they need be. He loves to sit in the pocket and brawl. Yeah. But we'll get to that when we do the tail the tape for Josh Taylor. But Sly, he reminds me of a basic truth here. He says Martin was a last-minute replacement because Pedraza pulled out. That is right. That is absolutely right. And we want to welcome our brother Punchy to the show. And yes, the Sweet Amber is indeed flowing tonight. This is Goge's birthday show, don't you know? And there it is. So Goge, Let's go to the defending, reigning, lineal 140-pound champion, Josh Taylor. Guys, the Tarpon Tornado is going to come to the ring fighting out of the southpaw stance. He stands 5'10" tall in the center of the ring. He fights behind a 69.5-inch reach from Edinburgh, Scotland. He comes into the ring with a perfect record. 19 wins, 0 losses, although that should be 1. 13 big wins coming by way of knockout. Coach Gogue, what are the pros and cons of the reigning champion, Josh Taylor?
Hey, he's solid, man. He could box you from the outside, or he could take it to you on the inside. He's a southpaw. He's ambidextrous too. He can fight right-handed, but he's more comfortable fighting from the left-handed position. His best work is when he works inside. Okay, he's a very, very good body puncher, a very good combination puncher. You know what I mean? He has a big amateur background, so you know what I mean. He understands how to adapt. Adapt during the fight. Change his tactics. Okay, he knows how to, all that stuff. How to neutralize you if you're a good counter puncher with feints and stuff like that. He, all around, Joe, he's solid, man. But his best work is when he's in the inside. The uppercuts, the hooks, the short compact punches, the body shots and everything. Yeah, that's when he's effective and everything. He doesn't have much of a jab, okay, to control that range and distance.
That's
okay,
it.
so he's going to have to, you know what I mean, keep that. The distance got to be right, short to medium range. To be at his best with Teofimo and everything. But anyway, yeah, he's a solid, tough competitor and everything. He looked like shit his last fight too, because he fought an awkward southpaw. not a guy that didn't run as much, but just an awkward southpaw style of Cataract. So
yeah, well, I tell you what, look, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, like I spoke on last night's show with G Funky. From what I was told, well, it was more of a fat camp than any kind of strategic preparation for Jack Catterall.
Whose fault was that?
Yeah, well,
that was his fault for fucking getting complacent, not taking care of business between fights, staying in shape, keeping his weight down. Okay, he's a professional. He got lax. He lost focus. Okay, you know what I mean? He got complacent. Yep. Complacency is the number one enemy of a fighter. Okay.
And there it is. Spoken from the coach, James Gogue. And I tell you what, this is going to be a great fight, guys. And it wouldn't surprise me. And once again, coach, some fighters, well, I would say most fighters, they've got so much dog in them, so much mental and physical toughness. And as soon as it turns into a fight, well, all strategy, all game planning goes out the window. Would it surprise you if you saw that on Saturday night?
Nah. Both guys are going to try to stick to the game plan, what they got to do to win the fight. Both guys are mentally tough, physically tough. Okay. Both of them are, I call resilient competitors. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, the better fighter, the guy that's going to win is the guy that's a better fighter who's going to execute his strategy. Okay. All right. That's going to be the winner.
Yep. And there it is. And that leads us into our next category. Well, what do they have to do to win? But before we do that, let's get a question. Well, let's get a comment from our brother, Joseph Brown. He says, this is the biggest fight at 140 in 2023. Well, try to tell that to Eddie Hearn. And there it is. So, Coach Gogue, what does Teofimo Lopez have to do to become the lineal 140-pound champion against Josh Taylor?
Box intelligently, okay? Keep everything in the center of the ring. Don't become a stationary target where Taylor could, do his best work at medium or close range. And how do you not become a stationary target, Joe? Good movement. Stay off the rope. Stay out of the corners. Try to keep everything in the center of the ring. And if you do get by the ropes or in the corner, find an escape route. Pivot out of there. Take everything back to the center of the ring. and control everything from distance with that touch jab. From that touch jab, okay, that's gonna get him the rhythm. That's gonna, he'll find his distance. And he'll go on the attack, whether it's leading with that right hand, left hook right hand, or that lead left hook he likes to throw, or Teofimo, like I said, he's very creative and he changes his attack offensively. He might come, try to sneak that uppercut in there off a combination. But just keep the movement, keep him at range and distance as much as possible. Don't get into a firefight with this guy when he does get his range, which is close, which is medium to short range. Just smother him up, okay? Pivot around him. Let the referee break you, but when you're in there, rip some good body shots too, because you got to get. If Josh starts putting that heat on him, starts putting the pedal to the metal, well, you got to let some air out of those tires, and the best way to let air out of a guy's tire is them sweeping right hooks to the body, the straight right hands to the body. Okay, just like Devin Haney did, the sweeping right hook to the body. Slowed Lomachenko down. Okay. You know what I mean? It took some enthusiasm out of him, to come forward. And that's what Lopez got to do. He's got to establish, when he starts getting in range, nail him with some hard shots, get his attention, get him respect, and hit him with some body shots like Haney did. That straight right hand to the body is going to work a lot when he's a southpaw, when Taylor's a southpaw. Okay. That takes a lot of steam out of you, okay? But just be Teofimo. Keep boxing and stand to his left, boxing in circles. Keep turning them. Don't let Taylor set his feet, and don't become a stationary target. And just be him. Use his superior speed. Counter punching too. Step back counters, okay? Or slipping counters, blocking counters, catching counters, okay? When Taylor's there, okay, that's where superior athleticism comes in. You could do that when you got the superiority in hand speed, okay, and reflexes and all that. You can execute your game plan better, and that's what I would do. You know what I mean? The uppercut, the right uppercut, left hook, right hand always works on the southpaw, like Taylor. But you got to get his attention early on, okay? You got to get his attention. Put some fear in him, okay? Let you know that you're not just going to come in and try to steamroll me. And the best way to do that, hit him with some sharp counters, some fast, sharp combinations, and them sweeping right hooks to the body, like Devin Haney did Lomachenko. But just stay off the rope, stay out of the corners, and he'll be fine. He'll be able to execute his game plan to perfection.
Guys, before we move forward, we want to give a big shout out to Miss Bitch. She says, good bitch evening, everybody. God bless you, sister, and thank you for being here. Joseph A+++, thank you so much. And please give a warm shout out to my brother, Coach James Gogue. He's celebrating his birthday today on Warweek Radio, and thank you for being a part of it. God bless you, sister. Joseph Brown says this, if Teo lunges in with that leaping left hook, Taylor will leave Teo slumped over in shades of Marquez versus Pacquiao. What say you, Coach?
That man, Teofimo, man, he when he throws that lead left hook, man, it's real sharp and crisp. He doesn't lunge with it and everything. So he keeps his balance. He keeps his head centered. You know what I mean? So he doesn't lose his balance and everything. But yeah, it's sneaky when Teofimo throws it, that lead left hook, man. It's real whap, you know what I mean? Like Canelo. Canelo throws a beautiful lead left hook. And Teofimo is the same way. And if he hits Taylor, he's got to hurt him. The first 4 or 5 rounds is going to tell me right off the bat.
Yep, and there it is. There it is. And G Funky, guys, and this is something to look forward to. He says, I've got my film study all ready for tomorrow night. Guys, we're going to be there tomorrow night at G Funky Boxing. Don't miss it. Thank you so much, G, for joining us tonight. And Miss Mitch says, James, I'm sorry, but you get a B plus today. Oh, geez. What
All
a
right.
harsh critic. Thank you, Miss
Yeah.
B. We appreciate it. But we want to give a
Okay.
big shout out to my brother, Toby Bartlett from across the pond. Salute Joe and the chat.
Well, she probably is picking Josh Taylor.
Well, you know it, brother. And once again, Toby Bartlett, he's joining us. I think it's 7 a.m. over there. He's joining us over breakfast.
Oh,
And
okay.
he also says, happy birthday, coach.
Hey, thank you, Toby. Appreciate it, man. Across the pond, nothing but love.
And there it is. Best boxing fans on the face of the earth. So Sly Tendency says, really feel like Teo can't get out of his own way. Now, James Gogue, once again, we usually don't do this in your keys to victory, right? But I do have to ask you, what part do you think it's going to play in this matchup? The mindset or the, seemingly fragile mindset of Teofimo Lopez?
He's got to be mentally focused. Okay. He's got to be mentally tough to block all this shit out. Okay. He's got to be mentally focused on his game plan. What he's got to do to win the fight. He's got to execute, okay, his game plan. What he's got to do to win that fight. He can't be, thinking about all this and that, okay? You're supposed to act like a professional fighter, and a professional fighter, when you go into a fight, you block all that bullshit out, and you become that resilient, mentally tough, resilient competitor, and you execute your game plan. Okay. Now, when it starts getting tough in there, adversity sets in. Okay, you react accordingly, keeping your composure and poise, and you respond accordingly, battling back. Okay, changing the momentum of the fight in your favor. All right, that's a resilient competitor. Okay.
Yeah, it's very well said, Coach. And once again, this is why so much criticism is targeted or directed towards Teofimo Sr., his chief second. Most people don't think that Teofimo Lopez Sr. is going to keep his son, keep him in check and keep him, emotionally balanced. How crucial is his involvement going to be in this fight?
Oh, it's going to be very important. Okay, he's the captain that steers the ship when rough waters come. Hey, he's got to be composed and calm, just like the fighter. He's got to react the correct way. He's got to respond with the instructions to get his son back on the right course to overcome the adversity and turn the tide around. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what, guys, and this is probably the reason why a lot of people, even though it's an even money fight on most sports books, that's why a lot of people are picking Josh Taylor, because have you ever heard Teofimo Sr., Coach, give great corner advice?
Yeah, Joe, you know what? He's not that bad in the corner. He's not bad. Sometimes he screws up. Yeah, sometimes I kind of but he's not bad. Okay?
Well, I will say this. It's a tale of two Teos then, because when the Loma fight happened, he was on point, right? But when he fought George Kambosos, that was horrific.
Exactly.
I could have given better corner advice. So we'll see what happens on Saturday, guys. The plot thickens. And once again, Toby says, happy birthday, Coach Gogue.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. I appreciate it, Toby.
And
Thank
Toby
you.
also corrects me and says, and I always get this wrong. You know that, Toby. And he also says, nope, it's 5:04 a.m. at the moment, Joe.
Good morning.
So thank you for being with us, brother. Thank you very much for hanging with us and listening to Coach Gogue. And he says, Joseph Brown says, I do again. Teo athleticism is his biggest weapon against Taylor. Stay on the outside if he fights Taylor if he fights Taylor on the inside, mano a mano, he will get beat down like a dog. Your thoughts, Gogue?
I just said that in my breakdown.
And there it is. Great minds think alike. And well, Joseph says this also. I'm still putting my money on Teo in this fight. Money line. Well, we're gonna go into the odds, and we're gonna talk about that in a second. Let's go to the keys to victory for Josh Taylor, the incumbent and reigning title holder.
I thought I did that, Joe.
Did you do the keys of victory? No, you did the keys of victory for Teofimo Lopez,
I
right?
did it for Taylor. Get the distance right. Close, quarters, median distance. Try to make him a stationary target. Try to get him on the ropes. Try to get him in the corners. Keep him there. Don't let him pivot out of there. Don't let him utilize escape routes. Try to make him a stationary target as possible. Then do your best work. The body shots, come back to the head. Or the short compact combinations to the head, come back to the body. Mix your combinations up. Taylor is also a skilled counter puncher with the step back counters and everything. Okay, utilize that when Teofimo lunges. Just step back and counter. But like I said, that straight left hand should be there all day. Come back with a right hook. That left uppercut he throws when he gets in close. Okay, when he gets in close, don't wait for the ref to break him. Sneak that left uppercut in there like he did against Jose Ramirez. Okay, all right. That'll be just smother him. Then once the ref doesn't say nothing, work your way out of it. Step back a little and wham, hit him with that sneaky uppercut when he least expects it. But put them combinations together. The uppercuts, the short compact combinations in the pocket, the short uppercuts, the hooks to the head, the body shot, hit him with punches at all angles. Okay, he don't throw his jab very effectively, but he needs to have a nice jab in Teofimo's face when he's closing that distance to make his offense attack more effective and everything, and so he doesn't get countered by those sharp combinations when he's closing that distance. Okay, he's got to have that jab, and the feints and all that. He knows all that stuff, man. He knows how to feint. Okay, to break your timing and rhythm so you can't counter. But that jab, he's got to, when he's closing that distance, he's got to put a nice stiff jab in Teofimo's face to get him uncomfortable. Okay, then like I said, try to make him a stationary target as much as possible. And don't let Teofimo get into rhythm at range and distance, and keep it, because if he does, boy, he's going to pick Taylor apart with the superior athleticism and speed.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Gogue, after hearing everything that you've had to say, yeah, I can't wait for Saturday night, guys. What say you? This is going to be a great event, great fight. The two of the best at 140. Yeah, I can't wait, guys. This is going to be a great, great fight. And G Funky says, yep, Coach and I are on the same page with this fight. And once again, yeah, great minds think alike. And there you are. I tell you what, we want to welcome Joey Chaz, the eternal optimist, to the show. He says, I got Teo by decision. We'll see. We'll see. That's why they fight the fights. Anything can and often does happen in the theater of the unexpected. And want to welcome Junior Smile to the show. He says, everyone's betting currently on Josh Taylor, and Vegas knows this. Teo is my pick. Teo by late KO. We'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. And I love fights like this, Coach Gogue. Once again, two guys are coming off of two very, questionable performances, and they both feel that this is a must win with their career moving forward, right?
Exactly. This is a make or break fight for both fighters. Teofimo Lopez loses his fight. Boy, you think he's got mental problems now. He's really going to have mental problems. Josh Taylor, if he loses this, he loses his fight. What is he, 35 years old?
Yep.
Okay.
Enough said. Want to welcome Khalid to the show. Thank you for being a War a Week Radio extended family member, brother. God bless you, and thank you for being here for the coach. He says, I think Teo has a good chance if he boxes and moves. Well, just like the coach said. Let Taylor come to him, and he stays on the outside to mid-range. Taylor struggles with boxers. Remember Catterall and Postol. That's a good point. That's exactly what the coach said. He can't be a stationary target. Once again, man, thank you for joining us, my friend. He says, I just sub Great Boxing Minds on this channel. Thank you so much, brother, for subscribing to War Week Radio. And guys, please don't forget to hit the like button. And thank you for subscribing, brother. We go to the odds now, Coach. Now, once again, you're usually right on the money. When you look at the odds by the sports books, and we like to always revere the BetMGM, right? That's our sports book of choice. So right now, Coach, what would you say the line is?
Hell, man, I don't know, man. This is I don't know, Teofimo favorite, or I don't know. I don't know, Joe.
No. Take a guess. You're very good at this. Take a guess. What do you think?
I say Teofimo 2-1.
You know what? Right now, BetMGM has even money. This is an even money fight.
Okay.
Josh Taylor is a minus 160, so he's slightly favored, with Teofimo Lopez, a very live underdog, at plus 138. You can't get any closer than that, guys.
Yeah.
Like go look at the odds for Spence versus Crawford. This is closer, right?
Okay.
That's what people think. It's up in the air, Gogue. So now here it is, the moment of truth. 1 hour and 15 minutes into the show. Coach Gogue, who do you favor on Saturday night in Josh Taylor defending his titles against Teofimo Lopez?
Oh, I'm going with Teofimo Lopez, baby. Teofimo. The athleticism, the speed, the creativity, the variation, and how he changes up his game plan, his ability to adapt.